Hello everyone, welcome to the Manna Motivation YouTube channel. Know Dr. Dre? Dr. Dre is one of the richest individuals in the world. Made his first foray into money by becoming a DJ, during which he finally found success and realized his love for music. This is despite failing an important test as a child. As the founder of Beats Electronics and Aftermath Entertainment, Dr. Dre has made $800 million today. Forbes estimates he is ranked as the second richest hip-hop producer and artist in the world, behind only Jay-Z. He has won 6 Grammy Awards, and the Rolling Stone ranks him at number 56 on their list of 100 greatest artists of all time. If you want more motivational content, please subscribe to the Manna Motivation YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Because he founded one of the most successful and recognizable headphone brands, rapper Dr. Dre is worth millions today. Before his success, Dr. Dre used some of his profits to pay off past due debts, leaving him no more than a few $100 million. He has invested heavily in property and in Los Angeles owns a string of mansions, paying $40 million for the Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen estate. He also made many charitable donations. Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre started a new school, the Academy of Arts, Technology, and the Business of Innovation at the University of Southern California. This school aims to foster youth interest in technology, art, and business within one program. Born as Andre Romelle Young in February 1965, he struggled at Centennial High School in Compton and had to transfer to Freeman High School in Los Angeles due to his poor grades. He had planned on entering Northrop Aviation Company's apprenticeship program, but failed to meet the required grades. This led him to focus on making music, so he began going to nightclubs where DJs and rappers performed live. He became a DJ there himself. His name comes from his childhood and previous stage names of Dr. J and his first name Dre. He has called himself the master of mixology. Exposing his love of music, he managed to continue with entrepreneurship after struggling in school and used the newly discovered skill to demonstrate that academic achievement is not a prerequisite to becoming an entrepreneur. Many of Dr. Dre's career successes come from his ability to leverage his strengths and identify opportunities. When you're struggling, check back on what you're good at before doing anything else. He collaborated with Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and Mary J. Blige, and became a top record producer and engineer. He helped launch the career of Eminem, helping him to rise rapidly. Success is not a sole endeavor, and you must collaborate with people who are similarly talented in order to achieve success. Entrepreneurship can teach you new business skills while developing your team. A successful leader is only as effective as the people they lead. He found the answers in business. Hang on to what is yours. From the beginning, he combined entrepreneurship and artistry by earning royalties from every record released. Deciding wisely upon this choice turned out to be a very wise decision for him. As the royalties of numerous milestones flowed, Dr. Dre took extra precautions to ensure his earnings would continually fund his endeavors. He advises against starting a partnership before having a go-to strategy for defending your position. In 2008, he partnered with Iovine to launch his Beats by Dr. Dre products and built a brand in the industry. His business partner Iovine helped create the streaming service Beats Music. In one of the biggest transactions in history, Apple acquired Beats Electronics. This was made possible because of the brand's rapid rise to the top. Dre's talent for savvy branding enabled Beats by Dr. Dre to carry more than just a music device. Their design was aesthetically pleasing and carried a beautiful build quality. Dre put his celebrity prestige on the line by creating brand identity products in order to sell his headphones, something that will.i.am and LeBron James have done successfully by leveraging their celebrity power. There is no denying the importance of brand identity and how branding can help a company monetize, reach a large market, and make more money in general. He was famous for quoting, "You just have to find that thing that's special about you, that distinguishes you from all the others. And through true talent, hard work, and passion, anything can happen." In the late 1980s, Dr. Dre founded Aftermath Entertainment and became one of the best well-known producers while also creating new genres of music with artists such as Eminem and 50 Cent. With his reputation for quality, he created a $200 set of high-end headphones. This allowed people to hear their music the way it would sound on cassette tapes from the 80s. The company eventually sold for $3 billion to Apple, adding to his fame and fortune. Beats by Dr. Dre weren't just headphones, they were beautifully designed headphones. He used his network for entertainment luminaries to pull off the marketing coup that made Beats by Dr. Dre an unprecedented success. Here are the 5 secrets that helped Dr. Dre achieve his success. He knew his strengths and pursued them. Dr. Dre never had any academic success and never tried to be the academic he knew he wasn't. Despite his lack of success in school, Dr. Dre recognized that he had talent and was therefore able to create one of the most influential rap albums of all time, and changed his life by doing so. His success grew from his ability to identify and play to his strengths. Take a step back and evaluate where your strengths really lie. He had an eye for talent. Despite all the criticism and backlash Dr. Dre got for signing Eminem, he knew what he was doing. Eminem has sold millions of albums and is now one of the most famous rappers. His achievement isn't just a result of personal skill, talent, and expertise. It's grown from his collaborations with other talented people. Take note of this as you build your team and grow your business. A successful leader is only as strong and effective as the people he or she leads. Don't buckle to skepticism. One of the core principles of hip-hop, which Dr. Dre was part of, is providing an entrepreneurial background and skill set. In the first few years of hip-hop, labels were reluctant to hear about it, and they were worried that the genre would be too difficult to sell outside the inner city culture. However, artists thrive in this more independent style than before. They were out there promoting their mixtapes and starting their own record labels in order to generate buzz. Dr. Dre learned this hustle as a youngster when his family needed money quickly. Innovators create opportunities when they have a vision for something new and are prepared to take risks despite resistance and skepticism. Hold on to what's yours. Dr. Dre was one of the first artists to combine artistry and entrepreneurship. He made sure he kept a royalty from all the records that he produced, which included hits from Snoop Dogg's DOGGYSTYLE at more than 5 million copies. Many artists find themselves stuck in bad contracts, with no opportunity for future profit. But Dr. Dre was smart and set up a potential revenue stream, making sure his producing work could be a powerful source of income. Always look ahead when entering new partnerships to ensure you'll be able to protect yourself in the future, guarding current rights as well as new rights. He created a brand. With a widespread brand appeal, Dr. Dre did very well with his creation and has stuck in people's minds years later. Other entrepreneurs should take note of the strategies that led him to success at taking a hip-hop legend and creating a billionaire business leader. You should learn to not underestimate the importance of brand identity. Business leaders and world-renowned individuals have all faced failures in their lives. But the greater their success, the more they failed. Humanity has only achieved success at a fraction of what these individuals have achieved through failure. Failure should not be overlooked in anyone, especially not when we look up to someone. It is through failure that these individuals were able to learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. We know this about ourselves, but sometimes we don't recognize that the most successful people have an abundance of failure. In the city of Compton, California, in high school, it was hard to avoid joining a gang or other gang-like groups due to the poor living conditions of the area. Dr. Dre ended up being one of those hard-to-avoid individuals because his mother moved him around and dressed him in black material so that there wasn't a way to identify who was part of what situation. His brother ended up becoming another victim of this violence. As a kid, Young was very interested in music. In the short term, this affected his grades negatively, but in the long run, it influenced him more. As a rapper and producer, Young became part of a number of rap groups and eventually dropped out of school to pursue music full-time under the name Dr. Dre. Young also took to wearing lab coats at his performances. After becoming a music star, Dr. Dre struggled to make money and had many run-ins with the law. In 1987, he was arrested for unpaid parking tickets. His luck got worse when his friend wouldn't bail him out, and his only other choice was a local drug dealer, Eric Wright. The deal he made with Wright allowed Dr. Dre to leave jail, but came with a condition. Dr. Dre was making a meager living as a record producer in California. Wright offered to help pay off his debt by producing a record for him. This was more than just a lucky break. It was an opportunity for Wright to finally produce his own music and build his label from scratch. He convinced Dr. Dre to produce the song with their limited resources and pulled in help from friends O'Shea Jackson, known now as Ice Cube, and other rappers in order to create their debut single. And members of their team were eventually named after the three writers Eazy-E, Ice Cube, MC Ren, and DJ Yella. Each member of NWA was from the poor inner city of Compton, and most had a history of trouble with the law. Their lyrics were aggressive, emotional, and filled with rage. The group received criticisms from all angles, including parents, police officers, the FBI, and the US government considered them a public nuisance. The FBI even sent a letter to the group stating that NWA encourages violence against and disrespect for the law enforcement officer. I wanted you to be aware of the FBI's position. Advocating violence and assault is wrong, and we in the law enforcement community take exception to such action. However, the group was not engaged in any crime. They did not recruit kids, sell drugs, or kill people. They simply made music. However, in one very real way, NWA was indeed a gang. They were a gang in the sense that they provided a home and a family for each other. They pushed themselves and they mentored each other to greatness. And Dr. Dre was at the helm. Dr. Dre spent 5 years with NWA, but then felt that the producers were doing an unfair split of royalties and left without asking for anything special out of them, keeping no one or taking anything with him. Dr. Dre also left without harboring any resentfulness in what was a pattern of his own career development, leaving quietly without any further agreements or expectations, taking nothing and nobody with him, and it became the first practice that he followed. He partnered with Suge Knight to start a new record label, Death Row Records. Dr. Dre believed that success followed hard work, grit, and building the right team. He set out to create success again by creating great music with his early musical collaborators. Working on his solo album, Dr. Dre accomplished things that many thought impossible. His creative process involves collaboration with dozens of other artists and insiders to find the most suitable version of an idea or task. Alongside 5 million copies sold, The Chronic has gone triple platinum, making $500 million in sales. That's it for this video, Manna member. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person, as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you on the next one.